Hello everyone. After a couple of weeks of not really having videos and things from being in Las Vegas and then stuck in Phoenix and then just kind of having some jet lag last week in a all-day art club meeting, I'm ready to get back into the swing of things. And today I'm going to make a card for the daughter of a good friend of mine. And I'm using the Graphics 45 Time to Celebrate. It's not really a celebrating card, but I really like the colors, so I'm using the papers that don't have a specific celebration sentiment on them. So this is what I've got. And so I went ahead, and I should have brought the dies in here, and I didn't. So I apologize for that. These are some Sizzix dies that, no, I think they're Spellbinders, that there's a lot of them, and they get, start very large and get smaller, so I cut two of these. And this is just some solid cardstock, and then this is the Time to Celebrate paper, and the other side of that does have stuff about partying, but this side does not. And then I cut this plain cardstock out of, I think it's Core, and I used the Cameo die by Sizzix. It's a Tim Holtz die called Cameo. And then I cut this one. This is like the large postage stamp die of Tim Holtz also. Because just wasn't sure what I wanted to use, so I cut several things. I have my die cutting machines in my extra room now. So, and here again is that same pattern. Okay. And let's see, I've got one more Cameo. And this one is another paper. And I really love the Graphic 45 plaids. They're really nice. And this is the other side of that paper. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool range of paper. Here's a third one of those dies, and you see here they get progressively smaller or larger depending on where you start. So cut that. I cut these, and then I'm starting with just a cream colored cardstock. Let's see, I got a little bit too much light there, I think. And then this is some grunge board, and this is one of Tim Holtz's dies also. Since I didn't get the dies in here with me, I will just take a picture of all the dies that I used and post it so that you can see. And this is out of grunge board. And what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to emboss it with, I think I'm just going to use tea rose, but I might put a little bit of this fern green in with it. So I have my coffee filters out here. That one has glitter on it. Let's put this one. That one does too. Okay. Always glitter. Okay, so then let me see what happens if I turn this light out. Yep, that's better. Okay. So I'm going to use my... Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to use my dabber, my embossing ink dabber. I'm going to do it here because I don't want all of that to get on my coffee filter, because then the powder will stick to it as well. So I'm just squeezing it and getting it on here. Okay, you make sure that you have enough, because it kind of might want to soak in a little. So I'm just going back over it a second time, squeezing as I go. Okay. Now let's get this back. And then I'm just going to pour the powder on it. Going to put powder that's left over back in. This is one of Wendy Vecchi's New Colors Tea Rose, and it has an archival ink that also matches. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take Fern Green as well and sprinkle a little here and there. And now her enamel is shiny when you use embossing ink. If you use plain old, well, not plain old, but if you use archival ink to stick the powder on, then it gets kind of grainy. So I'm going for the shiny look this time. Okay, so I've got my Tea Rose plus a little bit of Fern Green. That back in. Okay, and now I'm going to heat it. Needed that light so I could see where it was still needing to be embossed. So now I've got that. So I'll get rid of this. So, okay, let's start putting our card together. I believe that I'm going to use the Plaid Cameo and then the ornamentals like this. So let's go ahead and put this on. Got some adhesive tape. I'm going to kind of put it up in this corner real close to the top. Got some sticky embossing powder on my hands. Okay, so and then the next thing is this one, and I'm going to adhere it flat to my plaid. I'm going to center that. Well, I think I'm going to also put it a little bit to the side. Okay. Now I want to start getting a little bit of dimension, and I've got some dark colored pop dots that I had out that I was using for an ATC a few minutes ago. This is the ATC I made. The theme was angels. I found a vintage printed angel and cut the wings off, and then used Tim Holtz's metal wings and what was that? A Faber-Castell paint pen for the halo. This is one of Tim Holtz's bubble gems. You see there's some dimension there. And some stamps and a stencil. And the background is DecoArt mixed media paint, just kind of swirled around. I had spilled some on the back of it, and it was on the front as well, so I just took my fingers and went like that. And then I put a little bit of white antiquing cream to soften it a little bit, so that's how I made the ATC. But, so, and I used the dark pop dots to pop the angel up. So I just happened to have them right here. You could use white, you know, any pop dots, that's fine. So I'm going to put them here. I'm going to put one in each corner, because I want the stability. You can use as many as you please. An ATC, for those of you who are not familiar, is an artist trading card. It's a little tiny bit of art that's the same size as a playing card, and they are always traded, never sold. And so I'm in a swap, and that's why I made it. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And then I'm going to put this one on. And let's see. Yeah, I think I'd like to go ahead and pop that up too. It's smaller, so I only need to use 2 of these dots. Squares. If my squares were smaller, I'd probably use 4, but these cover quite a bit of distance. Okay, and then I'm going to center that right there as well. And that's about as much dimension as I want on this card, because I am going to mail it. So, you know, you got kind of a lot. So there's that, okay? So now, I'm going to take this, and I'm going to just kind of put it right here as a trellis for some more decoration and dimension. So I'm going to need some adhesive for that. I'm just going to use some Elmer's white glue. That will do it. And don't need a whole lot. Don't need it on every single triangle, but get enough, but don't put so much on there that it squeezes out when you put it on. Okay. So, just going to put that, and I'm going to start it kind of at the bottom. Okay, so we've got this coming from the top, we've got this coming from the bottom. Alright. Now I want to put Stamp a Sentiment on there, and I have a little stamp set that's kind of an encouragement stamp set. And I don't remember whose this is. I just don't remember. I'm sorry. I wish I did. The one that I'm going to use is the one that says Prayer Changes Everything. And see if I can find my little stamp block. It's still sitting around here somewhere. There it is. And I'm going to use, let's see. Here's the Tea Rose. And then there's the Fern Green, or I could use black. I think I'm going to go ahead and use the Fern Green because I think it's dark enough. Okay. So let's go ahead and ink that up. When you're stamping words, one of the secrets is to get on and get off. Don't put it down and mush it or push it. Just put it on and come straight back up. And you get a really nice, crisp image. And I think that was a good choice to use that color. Alright. And it seems like I probably need something here. And, let's see. Well, I still have some of the Tim Holtz gems sitting here. Let's see if I want to add more dimension by putting that on there. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know yet. Still kind of thinking. I think I might rather put a rhinestone on there that's not quite, doesn't quite stick up so far, or some other type of embellishment. I'm just going to kind of leave that for now. So then I want to do the inside. And I have a stamp that is from hang I know. Inky Antics, and it's a nice rose. So I'm going to grab a larger stamp block. Put that on there. And then I'm going to ink it with both the fern green for the leaves and stem, and the tea rose for the actual flower. And I'm going to stamp that here on the side toward the bottom of the inside of my card. And this is what I get, and I think that looks really nice. It's kind of light, just a little bit of a watercolor look. I didn't huff on the stamp, or I didn't moisten it or anything, but it's just was enough to just kind of give it that look, and I'm really pleased with that. And that's the first time I've used that stamp, and I believe that I will use it more often. And then, let's see, we have the other stamp, that's another stamp that's in that first sentiment stamp set, and that one says, "The Lord will fight for you, you only need be still." And so I'm going to stamp that on, and I'm going to use that fern green once again. And I'm going to put it, kind of offset it a little bit so that I have room to sign the card. And there's my card in 18 minutes or less. That's how long the video is so far. And it's a nice card, it's a homemade card, and it has a really nice message. So, as soon as I figure out what to put here, I'll take a picture of it, and you'll see the picture in my posting. I hope you all have a great week. Bye-bye.